I am so sorry about that. Good morning. Welcome, everyone, to our Super Saturday ILCA presentation and public crypto talk. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marty DeCasa, and I am going to be your humble hostess for today. Now, there is something that I always like to say, and that is we totally understand. There are so many different things that you could be doing with your time. My goodness, it is a Saturday morning. So the fact that you guys decided to come on out and hear what we have to say, of course, that makes us so very happy. So again, thank each and every one of you for being here. And what a wonderful hello, everybody. What a wonderful, wonderful morning this is. I just want to give a special shout out to our mommies out there. My goodness, it is burning up in Colorado already, and we are in Mother's Day weekend. So to all of our beautiful mommies who are helping to raise and guide the future generation, mwah, happy Mother's Day. We totally appreciate and love each and every one of you. But being here is exactly where you want to be, especially if you're a mommy, especially if you are somebody guiding the future. Why? Because we are talking about the future of finance. We are talking about cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, AI, and everything else that encompasses it. And people like you and I are going to be the ones that are the most affected. So it is so very important that we get educated, and that's exactly what we're doing here. And speaking of people getting educated, I see all my friends coming on in. Hello, everybody. How are you? Thank you guys so very much for being here. My goodness, if it wasn't for you and that positive energy, ILCA would not be what we are today. So thank you so very much. Now, you guys should know the routine as you're coming on in. Please type your name and where you are from in the chat box. That way I get a chance to tell everybody who is here with us on this Zoom call. And if you have the opportunity, turn on your camera. My goodness, one of the best parts about us being on a Zoom call like this is that we get a chance to see all your faces and see those beautiful smiles. So I'm going to go ahead and start saying hello to everyone. First up is the Empress herself. It is Miss Catherine Clement. Hello, Queen. How are you? It is always good to see you, baby. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, my angel is here. Her name is Joyce Easley. Hello, baby. How are you? I just want to give a super shout out to Miss Joyce Easley. That is there she is. Hi, baby. Hi, you guys. Joyce Easley keeps me together. Okay. That is my friend. Joyce, thank you for everything that you do for me and everything that you are doing for the ILCA community. I see Nathan Hansberger is here. Hi, Nathan. How are you, my friend? We're going to be in Las Vegas soon. Hello. I hope to see you there. I see the beautiful Miss Dorothy Mays is here with us today. Hi, Dorothy. How are you, baby? Thank you so very much for being here. Of course, I'm going to shout out. His name is Mr. CJ Jackson. CJ, you must have knew I was coming to you. Hello. He is representing Arizona. It's good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. I see we have the beautiful Miss DJ Coulter is here. Hello, DJ. How are you? She's in Colorado with me. How are you, sweetheart? Thank you so much for being here. Of course, the lovely Miss Rita B is in the house. She is representing San Diego, California. Hello, Queen. How are you? Miss Melanie Davis is here. Hello, Miss Davis. She is actually representing Chicago. And speaking of Chicago, I want to give Miss Melanie Davis and Miss Sandy Lynn a big shout out. People, the event that we're having in Chicago, these two ladies are heading the way and they are putting together something spectacular for us. So ladies, mwah, thank you for everything that you're doing. I see we also have, George. Hi, George. I see Zoom user. Hi, George. How are you? George is here from South Carolina. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. There he is. Hi, Elton. Hello, sweetheart. Mwah. There you go. It's always good to see you, baby. Thank you so much for being here. I always love to see you. I see Mr. Craig Jones is in the house. Hello, Craig. He is here representing Philadelphia. Craig, we talked about we might show up in Philadelphia more sooner than later. Hello. There's Rashida. Hello, Queen. Okay, everyone, we're at the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and get our party started. Again, thank each and every one of you for being here on our Super Saturday ILCA presentation and public crypto talk. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I'm your humble hostess for today. Now, it is my honor to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is used by companies and universities worldwide. And for over 8 years, he dedicated his life to learning about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. But he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out and share his information with the masses. And he did this by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built wonderful platforms and thriving communities like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right. Thank you for that introduction, Miss Casa, and happy Saturday morning. I got to get it back to you. You always say you woke up like that, huh, on a Saturday morning? Hey, I almost canceled this morning because in California it is bright and sunny and warm, and it's a beautiful day today on a Saturday to be outside, which I am going to be later. But we got to get this information out, especially now more than ever what's going on. So I want to give it back to Miss Costa for taking time out of her schedule to be here for you guys. And welcome if you are new or if you are old to this Saturday morning presentation of ILCA. And we're going to be doing a special crypto talk at the same time at the end to show, for those of you who decide to join our community, a little bit what it is that we do, what we're all about here. There is no other crypto platform in the world that does what we do, and that's not just me talking about it. You can pull up your AI and ask AI about Brandon Ivey and ILCA, and it'll tell you what we are, who we are about. But for those of you here, as a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I share information for educational, training, and entertainment purposes only, and it is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. This is Mother's Day weekend, and for that, I am going to be very short today so that you guys can enjoy the rest of your Saturday and your Mother's Day weekend. So let's jump on in and tell you what this is about. So I've been in the direct sales industry for 25 years. This will be my 26th year at the end of this year. I've been fortunate enough to have enough success to retire myself and walk off my 9-to-5 job back in July 13th on my birthday, 2012. So this year, I think, marks my 13th year of financial freedom. And what I mean by financial freedom, that doesn't necessarily mean you've got 50 million and $100 million in the bank. It means that I don't clock in on a clock. I'd answer to no boss. I come and go as I please. I wake up when I'm finished sleeping, and I still have enough money to pay all of my bills. So that is financial freedom to me, where economic choice and the ability of movement. Over the last 8 years, 9 years now, I moved into the crypto space because I'm following what Robert Kiyosaki wrote about in the cash flow quadrant, the I quadrant, the investor quadrant. You know, the ability to leverage your money to make more money for you, more than leveraging your time or leveraging other people. Those are the first two. We're taught to leverage ourselves, leverage our time. Then the smart people figure out how to leverage other people. But then the wealthy people figure out how to leverage money. Money never sleeps. Money doesn't ask questions. Money doesn't get sick. Money doesn't talk back to you. Money doesn't have an attitude. Money just does what it's told to do. Most people are not good stewards of money. Most people do not know what to do with the money that they have. Most Americans do not even have $1,000 in their savings account. So I said I wanted to move into this arena, and the fastest way to do that, the best way to do that was at the time was cryptocurrency. And it was May of 2017 that I learned two things that changed my life. The first is that blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet today, whether you like it or not, believe it or not, trust it or not. Your opinion of this is irrelevant. One day you're going to be driving down the street, you're going to see Bitcoin ATMs all over the place. You're going to go into stores, coffee shops, grocery stores, and they're going to say, we now accept crypto for payment. In fact, one of the articles that Marnita gave me this morning is about that. Businesses are already implementing that they are doing services and businesses in Bitcoin and crypto. So I will be covering that at the end of this presentation. The second thing that wait, I forgot part of that there's another part to that. And that is one day you're going to go into your job and they're going to say you need to have a digital wallet of some sort because we're going to pay you in crypto. And that wasn't just fantasy. President Donald Trump signed an executive order 2 months ago mandating that every single federal agency by September has to be conducting all financial business in digital currency. That means all contracts, businesses, employees' salaries, pensions on the federal level. Now, what we do not know is just which digital currency is he talking about. I am assuming, based on what we've seen in our crypto talks, that he's talking about a stable coin. What we don't know yet is which stable coin is that going to be. But the bottom line is you're going to have to do it. And you're not going to have a choice on this. It's already happening. And we're what? We're already in May. Soon we'll be in June, July, August. We're talking about the next 3.5 to 4 months. This is a mandate. It's already been signed. The second thing that I learned that changed my life, which is kind of what I want to highlight today, because the reason why most of you here is not that you want to learn about education and crypto, it's because you want to make money. And I learned that cryptocurrency represents the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind for the most amount of people. And it's that last part right there, the most amount of people. That means that it's not just for the select few. I know in the political era right now, there's an attack on diversity, there's an attack on equality, and that certain services are only meant for certain people. And that's kind of the what's in the air today. What Bill Gates said in 2014 is that Bitcoin is freedom. He said that in 2014, and I heard it then. I didn't understand what he meant until 2017. And he's right. Because this is the greatest financial revolution the world has ever seen, and everybody can participate. And you only need three things. One, a cell phone, which you already have. Two, access to the internet. And three, a willingness to learn. That's it. A willingness to learn. If you have these three things, you can literally write your own check. There's no barrier of entry. It doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It doesn't matter your education level, whether you have a high school or college degree. It doesn't matter whether nepotism, who your daddy is, do they own the company. Doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, or child, because even children can get in on this. All that matters is, do you have a willingness to learn? And you can literally write your own future. And events like this happen once every 100 or so years. But this is the biggest. This is bigger than the internet. And when I figured that out, my head exploded. I completely changed my career path and said, this is where I want to be. And this is where I've been ever since. But I also noticed that something else was lacking. And that was a credible source where you can get valued and trusted knowledge and crypto information. Because when I started researching, there was only two places that I can go. And that was YouTube and that was Google. And after 6 months, I didn't just tip my toe in it, I jumped all in. But I spent 6 months teaching myself. And I found out that 50% of the information that I was getting off of Google and YouTube was wrong. The other 50% was outdated because this industry is growing and changing so fast that a video can come out today and be obsolete next week. It was changing so fast. Why do you think I do crypto talks daily? Not to be entertaining. This is how I keep myself informed and up to date. So in 2012, I decided, you know what? If nobody else is going to do it and you want something that's done right, then you got to do it yourself. And I created my own cryptocurrency educational platform and company called ILCA. But ILCA stands more than just Ivy League Crypto Academy. It stands for Ivy League Coaching Academy. I built it on ILCA LLC. So the crypto side is just one component, one branch, and there's going to be many. You've already heard us mention ILCA Elite. You've heard us mention ILCA Health. And there's going to be our personal development that I'm launching in 2026 that I'm getting ready and prepared for. That actually is probably going to be bigger than the crypto side long term. Long term. Personal development and self-improvement will never go away. That'll never go away. The crypto industry will change. It will grow. It'll become more mainstream. But that personal development, and that's actually my passion, teaching and education, which fell in line with ILCA. And we began ILCA by doing something that we used to call the 5-day challenge. And I'm in the middle of rebranding. We're going to be calling it something else. Right now, I'm going to call it the Money Shift Breakthrough. I'm going to get away from the 5-day challenge brand because there's a lot of people that use that. We want to be a little bit more unique. And it's going to be more about than just crypto education. It's going to be about financial education. And a lot of that has to do with mindset. Many people who work a 9-to-5 job want more out of life. They want to make more money. They just don't know where to start. And they don't know that it starts here with the mental shift, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, yet expecting a different result. Yet, if they don't know what to do different, they're going to continue doing what they've always done. And if you're doing and working a 9-to-5 job, the only ways you think of making more money is by hitting the lottery or getting a raise on your job or maybe getting a better job. But your income has a ceiling to it. My grandpa used to say, you know what? You need to be the best worker at everything. No matter what you're doing, be the best. Be the hardest worker at it, and you'll be successful. That's only partially true. If you're in an industry that caps you at $75,000 a year, it doesn't matter how hard you work. You're capped at $75,000 a year. You think the owner's just going to give you partnership? No, you're his best employee. He wants to keep you right where you're at. So I had to modify that a bit. I still believe in being the best and hardest worker. Just do it in an industry that's going to pay you unlimited amount of money. And most people don't even know where to start or where to look. And that's just a little bit about what we're going to be transitioning this into. And once you've got that mental shift, then you can start figuring out the how. And right now, the biggest how is crypto. Crypto can make you filthy rich in a short period of time. I began with $30 and flipped it into 6 figures in 3 months and 7 figures since, and my own business. Everything that I've had since 2017 is from crypto. You think my company was free? I spent more money creating ILCA than most people make a year on a job. And a lot of people don't want to put in the time and money and energy, and they're still crying about maybe a $75 auto ship in a company. See, there's levels to this, and we want to get you right for that. So we begin by having, call it the 5-day crypto challenge, where once a month, for free, and 1 hour a night, we teach about the basics of cryptocurrency, the basics, Bitcoin 101 stuff. What is crypto? What is blockchain technology? What are wallets? What is security? How do I secure it? And how do I make money in crypto? That's what we cover at least once a month. And it stemmed from back in the day before COVID. I used to travel around the country doing Bitcoin boot camps. And the Bitcoin boot camps was just one Saturday afternoon where the community could come out at no charge and learn about what this crypto thing is all about, be exposed to it, and be able to ask questions. You can't ask YouTube questions. And because of COVID, I had to do it virtually. And then I just started doing it once a month for the community. We just had our last one just a week and a half ago, our last 5-day, 2 weeks ago. This month, we're not having it because we're going to be in Vegas at the Bitcoin 2025 event, but we'll be back in June for the next. And we'll have a new branding name for the June one and moving forward. We're not doing it in July because July we're going to be in Chicago, our Chicago Impact event, which you'll see us talking a lot about soon. And those of you who plan on being at the Chicago event, you want to reserve your rooms as soon as possible. You reserve your room by calling the hotel and pressing one when you call the hotel. We already have a flyer for that, and I want to see here. I have my flyer, yeah. Open up. There we go. Chicago Impact Summit, July 18th through July 20th. Make sure you register at ilcaevent.com and you'll get all the information you need. But we have a block of rooms that will be going fast. So the sooner that you reserve, the sooner you'll be good to go. So make sure you do that. ilcaevent.com. This is our first major event since COVID, actually. You know, it's been 2 years since I've really been out there. We're already going to be planning another event somewhere in the country in November. February of next year, I'm already going to be planning an event here in the LA area. We'll be in San Bernardino, Ontario area. So we're getting back on the road. But this is where it all starts because it doesn't cost you anything. You know, I understand, again, with mindset with people, most people's first question is how much does it cost? And they're not trained to understand how much is it worth. It actually costs you more money not to be involved than to be involved. So I give this away for free. You'll also be getting a free ebook just for registering. So get back to the person who invited you. They're going to give you the link because they have a link too. And I'll talk about that. We're going to be talking about making money. And they're going to show you how to register. After that, we have a suite of products inside of ILCA from our memberships, gold, diamond, and platinum memberships to 13 courses, almost 200 videos, all done by streaming video. You can stop, pause, rewind, take your time at it. Some people, it takes them 6 months to a year to go through all the courses. Some people do it in a weekend. That's completely up to you. And you definitely want to do it more than just one time. So this is in all the courses. It costs $24.99 to get all 13 courses and 200 videos. When I first created crypto courses for other companies, we only had 3 courses and 45 videos, and it cost $1,000 just for those 3. So if I went by like inflation, it should cost about $5,000 to have all of my courses now, but it's only $24.99. And for those of you who say, well, I'm at different levels of my crypto education. Some of you are saying, you know, Brandon, right now, I don't know if I really want to go that deep. I just need the basics. Well, you can get our first 4 courses. Bitcoin 101, Crypto Advanced, How to Trade Bitcoin and Crypto, and Internet of Things. You can get that in a bundle pack for $750. And then you can get our next courses in the bundle pack for $750 each. You can do that as well. And our memberships also, I skimmed over that. This is where you're getting me live. We do crypto talks almost daily, and we have evening classes for our diamond members and up, where I take courses out of the ones we've already done, recorded, and I do them live, and you have the ability to ask questions. A lot of people like that personal touch. They don't just want, what separates me from a YouTube video is you actually can ask me questions. That's a difference. Also, I allow you the ability to earn money. Do you think there's going to be other people out there that need crypto education? Yes. Well, if you're one of these memberships, you're going to earn affiliate commission. Now, this isn't MLM. This isn't multi-level. It's only one level, one commission. Meaning, if you're a gold, you're going to earn 5%. If you're a diamond, you're going to earn 10%. If you're a platinum, you're going to earn 20%. Now, let's say you are a gold member and somebody signs up with any of these. You don't just get paid once. You're going to earn that 5% every single month they pay on buy anything. If you're a gold member and somebody that you share this with purchases all the courses for $24.99, you're going to make 5% of that purchase. So anything that they purchase in ILCA, you're going to earn a commission for. By the way, there's going to be an email that's going to be going out to all of you. If you haven't done so already, we need to have your PayPal or Zelle information so that we can pay the commissions. That has been held up. I was looking at it now. There's a lot of people that I can't pay to because we don't have your information. And we're going to be getting that out. So you guys make sure that you follow up with that email. Oh, yeah, and W-9s. If we don't have your W-9s on file, we can't pay you. So you'll be getting that email within the next 24 hours so that we can make sure everybody gets paid. Then we have, after this, we have one-on-one as well. Those of you who want one-on-one consultation with myself, if you go to winwithivy. Oh, yeah, my Wingstop. By the way, Friday night's my Wingstop night. I got my Wingstop for free yesterday because I went up in there and the guy behind the counter, every time he sees me, Bitcoin Brandon, oh man, you don't believe it. Because if you got about to read the crypto charts, crypto blew up this past week. I made that dude almost $700. And how did I make him that? Because he always be asking me every time I go in there, yo, B, what coins do you think I should buy? Which one should I buy? Or the Bitcoin millionaires in here. I'm like, shh, calm down, calm down. But I told him what to do and what tokens about 3 weeks ago. He made almost $700 and he was flipping out. So I got my Wingstop free last night. Anyways, one-on-one consultation, go to winwithivy.org and you can schedule a 30-minute consultation, a 1-hour consultation, or our executive plan with me. It take you straight to our calendar and you can fill out the calendar for the next time for our appointments. Then here's what I really want to talk about too, is if you haven't been paying attention over the last 2 months, if you're in the direct sales industry, there have been a rash of companies, new and old, that have been closing their doors on the affiliate side. The people who helped build those companies, they chopped them off at the legs or the knees and not paying them their commissions. And for those that have been earning residual income, you rely on that like a paycheck. The 10th and the 15th, are you getting paid every week? Or are you getting paid every month? You rely on that and you did the work. That's the whole point. For the companies just up with no warning, boom, you are not paying you anymore. And to add insult to injury, they're keeping your customers. Yeah. They have your customers in their database. So they're going to still send them messages advertising to your customers, for your customers that love the product. They're going to continue to buy the product and you're not going to get paid for it. I've seen that now that happen with 4 companies. One of the biggest was Modere. Modere was the biggest, and they've been around for more than 20 years. The second that was more shocking, the most recent, was NowSite. And I've been with NowSite since before it was NowSite, when it was the royalty pings. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I thought that was great technology if it actually worked right. And then they turned into NowSite. And I know great people over there that helped build that company, and they just cut them off. No commissions, without warning. And so something that I learned long ago about making sure you have multiple streams of income, making sure that you are branding yourself, because I learned one of the reasons why I have a lot of success is not because I joined a great company. People think if I can just find the right company, I'm going to become a millionaire. No. Once you develop the right skills, you can sell tires on the side of a freeway or ice to an Eskimo. That's not what people are buying. People are buying you. They're buying you. If I went to Facebook right now, I made a post that I know about something exciting that's happening, and I don't even say the name of the company, I have 100 people that will want to sign up, not because of the company, because of the brand. So I learned long ago how to brand myself. What I didn't know how was to actually monetize it outside of being a part of somebody else's company. And then I had an aha moment where I was trying to figure out there's a lot of people who know that crypto education is important. They have large communities, yet they're not inclined to share ILCA. And it's two reasons why. One, they either don't like me, which is okay. That's just how it is. You're not going to be able to please everybody. There's always going to be people that don't like you for whatever reason. The other is they do like me. They do understand and value crypto education. They just don't want to brand me because they've spent years building their brand and building their database and their contact lists. And if they send it to ILCA, then it becomes ILCA's contact list in their eyes. And now they're following Brandon and not them anymore. And I can respect and understand that. So what we've done was I actually didn't realize I have an entire marketing platform. I can duplicate what I've done for myself for others. So we've created the ILCA Founders Partner Program. Oop, I'm on the wrong, yeah, this one here. Our partnership program, where instead of you becoming a member of ILCA or an affiliate of ILCA in one of our membership packages, because for some people you're too big for that. Instead, how would you like to become a partner of ILCA? How would you like for my company to be able to create for you your own website that has your own brand, your own images, your own colors, your own message, and I'm going to provide you content that you can sell? See, my crypto courses are not branded to ILCA. I made them generic so companies can whitelist them. I don't say my name in any of them. I don't show my face, and I don't have my images, my brand on any of them. So companies can use it. Now, individuals can use it. So if you've got a community and you want to be able to monetize that community, you've got a big list or a small list, or it could be a church group, it could be a Facebook community, it could be TikTok followers, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is that you've got. And you know crypto education is important. You want to make some money? Sell my courses to them, and we'll split the profit 50-50. Let me show you an example. A few of them. Who's this one? No, not that one yet. Here's Carla. Carla is a partner with us. Be best you can. This is her brand, her picture. But look what she's selling. She's selling all of my crypto. The courses, and you know something else? She's able to sell my courses for less money than I'm selling them. So if I go back to my courses here, look at the cost if you get them from me, $24.99. And that's a steal because regular price is $5,000. So $24.99. But if you get them from Carla, you get them for $9.99 with her special coupon code. The bundle pack as well is not $750. Oh, what was that again? Was that $2.99, I think? That you get them from Carla. $2.99. So you actually get a better deal purchasing the courses from Carla than you would me. Now, you want to talk about making some money? I'm going to use Carla as an example here. Let's say Carla knows 50 people that needs crypto education. They get the courses from her. Carla makes $25,000. Who needs to make some money? That's easy. Oh, I am. I'm getting there. I'm working up to it. Next is this is Anna Clark. Now look at Anna's Crypto Education 2.0. Now, one thing is Carla actually is kind of using my colors and everything and using, ILCA stuff. Anna, though, is unique just to her. Crypto Education 2.0. Master the crypto fundamentals. Educate your knowledge only for $9.99. Anna's picture here. Anna's information here. Her background. This doesn't say anything about ILCA. Nothing. Yeah, $2.99. The bundle pack. If you want to grow your portfolio, here you go. This is her colors, not my company's color, not my brand. Oh, but what about international? What about Maggie, who's also a partner with us? This is in a different language because she is looking at the Chinese market, Southeast Asian. Look at this. Now she does want to brand me a little bit because she wants to point to the fact that I am the educator. I'm the expert. And then here's her partner, Robin, Marnita, Maggie, in a different language with all the courses. But notice something. She's got the courses for $5,999. That's $6,000. Why? Because you can, if you want to, you can charge more for the courses. I'll only let you go as low as $9.99. Now, let me show you what Maggie's thinking about here. We're not thinking small here. We're thinking big. What if Maggie, and this is just what I would do because I'm a business person. This is how I think. I have 250 people lined up. 250. I am going to be 49 this year. My mind is already thinking about after retirement, but I'm already retired. But because I am in the I quadrant and not employee quadrant, I'm not looking for pension or Social Security. I am looking that's to take care of me for the rest of my life. I'm looking for my investments and my products to take care of me for the rest of my life. So I'm just saying, if I was on the other end, if I was on the Maggie side, how to take care of my life forever, here's what I would do. 250 people times $3,000, that's $750,000. And then I take that 750,000 and I put it in my crypto portfolio and I live off of 10% a month. Am I getting anybody's attention here? What if 500? That's 1.5 million. The way I operate, I would have that by August. So you can set your own price if you want to on this as well. I'm just saying. I didn't get to where I am off of luck. It's planning. And I'm giving you the platform to make it happen. Now, what is the cost of getting this? You have to pay more than $60,000, what I've done? No. If you are not a member of ILCA and you want to be a partner with me, the cost is one time $2,500 to set up and $199 a month to maintain, because you're not just getting the website. You're also going to get a full back office CRM marketing system that has a calendar, that has email follow-up, that has funnel system, that also has building your contact list. And you don't even have to worry about the merchant account because I already have it. And I have it for more than 3 years. So I have a validated, verified account that collects the money. So all you have to do, literally, is just put it in front of people. That's it. So that's right. Congratulations to Leonard. Leonard is our latest ILCA partner. Congratulations to Leonard. So Leonard's will be set up as well. But I'm just, if you're in a situation where you need to make money, we've created this. Now, if you are a member of ILCA It's a one-time setup of only $1,000. And let's say you're a platinum member, because people have asked, well, if I'm a platinum member, am I paying 149 a month and then another 199 a month? No, you're just being upgraded. You're going from 150 to 199, $50 more. That also means you have access to everything ILCA is offering, because it's like you're a platinum member at the same time. You're a partner member and you're a platinum. And instead of earning 20%, you're earning 50% and you have your own website and brand. This is one of my biggest focuses for 2025, our partnership program, because this is how, for those that want to make a lot of money quickly, they can. And there's also something else I'll highlight on another day. Let's say you do have your own products or you're a part of other companies selling products. You can actually add that to your marketing website. Carla has, I don't have that site to show you, but Carla has that as well. So if you have other products, if you're a part of other companies, then you can put it up here and sell that too. So that I'm very excited about the partnership program. And this is going to be like my main thing really for the rest of the summer too, being a part of our partnership. So how to do that? Well, you want to go to ilcafounders.com, ilcafounders.com, and click to get started. And it's going to be for you just to set up a schedule, 30-minute consultation with me. Is it Craig, I think, that we have next? Because I think Craig's we got coming up next. And have Craig set up. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, Craig, you want to get this started ASAP. But there's a lot of money coming in there. And the reason why I am stressing the sense of urgency, and this is for those of you that is in my inner circle, you already know this, but Bitcoin right now, and I'm going to move into crypto talk in a second, is over $100,000 a coin. Do you know where it's projected to be by the end of this year? At least $200,000 in the next 7 months, 8 months, $200,000. So that means you want to make as much money as you can right now to start to buy as much crypto as you can right now to ride that wave before it explodes. And in our inner circle, I share when I think that that's going to start to pop. I don't do that publicly. You got to be a part of our inner circle to do that. So get back to the person who invited you to take a look at ILCA. You do not have to stop if you're a part of any other marketing companies or programs. You do not have to stop anything that you're doing to be a part of our community and be able to earn some money and earn that money and use that to pay for these other opportunities. We've created it all here for you. So now I'm going to switch gears and we're going to jump into, as if we're going to make you honorary Inner Circle VIP members for today. Every single one of you. You're going to be treated like you're the Inner Circle. So what do we do? Every Monday through Thursday, and soon we're going to be going on the summer schedule. Summertime, probably in one more month. My son graduates in June. So as soon as that's done, we're back on the summer schedule, which means our crypto talks will be at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. But for at least 45 minutes to an hour, we read the charts and we look at geopolitics to see what's going on in the world and how is that going to impact the market and how we should move with our portfolios. So the first thing that I do, I look at is Market Watch here to see what's going on with the traditional markets. So the Dow is down 119 points. S&P 500 is down 4 points. A little bit flat line there, but that's the futures. Oh, futures got us in the positive. So we'll see what this really looks like on Monday. Europe is green across the board. Asia, green in the top 3. Okay, let's look at crypto. Refresh. Crypto market cap is down 0.5%. Now, since I am doing this publicly, we're going to be looking at this from a week-to-week basis. So Bitcoin dominance is at 60%. Oh, this is down. It was at 62% last time I looked at this. That means altcoins rose more. Oh, look at Ethereum. Ethereum was at the 7% level. It's now 8.62. So Ethereum got a lot of money. Now, one thing that we teach you is how to read the chart. So just by me looking at this one line, I can kind of guess what the rest of the market is looking like. I'm just trying to see why these changes were made now. So let's scroll down. Bitcoin is sitting at $103,400, up 7.2% on the week. Ethereum, oh, I love this. This is why, oh boy, at the Wingstop made so much money. I didn't ask him how much he spent, but he said he made almost $700 and he was flipping out. But this went up, it went up 32.7% over the past week. I like that. That's why my other account blew up. Okay. Ripple's up 8.4% on the week. BNB is up 8.9%. Solana, though, this is another reason why it blew up. Solana is up 15.3% on the week. Doge is up 27.1. Cardano is up 10.6. Doge. Why did Doge explode? Lido staked Ether and it's back with Ethereum. Let's see, Sui went up 18.5. He also had this token too. He told me he had Sui. And Avalanche up 16%. Hedera, Hype Liquid, any outlier here? Yeah, Leo token dropped 3.7 when everybody else was going up. Well, who went up 50? Pepe went up 52%. Wow. Anyone else? Well, let's see. Best performers over the last week. Pepe, number one. Kelp Dow. That looks like that's pegged to Ethereum. Okay. Yeah, all the Ethereum peg tokens. Yeah, all of them. Rocket Pool, Binance Peg, Wrapped Ethereum. Then Uniswap, Lido DAO, Ethena went up 28%. Doge, Aave, Celestia, Bonk, Stacks, Floki. This was a good week for crypto. Who is bad performers for the week? Leo token, and that's it. Out of the top 100, Leo's the only one with a loss. What about MoveQuest? This MoveQuest number looking like? Let me refresh this. Catherine, Somnia? I am not familiar with Somnia. I thought maybe you said Solana, but no, you said Somnia. Not familiar with that one. Bring that up on Monday. We can look at it. $11.35 is MoveQuest. So this has been on a steady drop since May 25th. Steady decline here. And not from big sales, but all these little sales. So we're at 10,100 in buys, $17,000 in sells. So I will see what this is going to look like on Monday morning. And let's jump into some of the news. All right, Russia, China, foreign trade. So last week was a big news week. We have a new pope. You guys hear about that? Sure, everybody did. We were right in the middle of, was it crypto talk? Yeah, when it was happening last Thursday. So we have a new pope. He's from Chicago by way of New Orleans. I was cracking up looking at his parents and his grandparents. I'll just leave it at that. But we have a new pope. He seems to be very impressive. He speaks like 5 or 6 different languages. Russia, China, foreign trade near dollar free. This we got to watch out for. When the rest of the world is figuring out, you know what, we're not going to do business in the dollar anymore. Screw America. That's going to have an impact. They're doing their trade almost all in rubles and yuan. Russia and China have nearly eliminated the US dollar from their bilateral trade, conducting transactions in rubles and won as de-dollarization reshapes global economic power structures. Almost all Russian, Chinese foreign trade operations now are rubles and won. You know what that means as well? Is as they do business with other countries, they're going to tell those other countries, we're only doing trade in the ruble or the won. Following a high-level meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping on May 8th in Moscow, Russian President Vladimir Putin addressed the media to highlight the progress in economic cooperation between Russia and China. He stated that nearly all bilateral trade is now conducted in their respective national currencies. And this is just step one, because next they're going to go to a uniform currency, which will be a CBDC or stablecoin that's controlled by BRICS. It's coming. Putin emphasized the strategic shift away from reliance on the US dollar and euro by affirming the deepening of commercial ties is also facilitated by the timely, coordinated steps taken in Russia and China to transfer settlements between our countries to national currencies. As a result, almost all Russian-Chinese foreign trade operations are carried out in rubles and won. And guess what? The ruble outperformed the dollar, even though we've got all these sanctions on Russia and they're at war with Ukraine. In fact, a stable system of mutual trade has been built, which is reliably protected from the influence of third countries and negative trades in world markets, Putin added. The Russian president highlighted the extent of economic integration with China, noting that China remained Russia's largest trading partner in 2024, with bilateral trade reaching a record $245 billion. He stated that Russia is also one of China's major external trade partners. So as I stated in our inner circle, the world is now choosing sides. And guess what? They ain't going to be choosing America. Putin stated that about 90 priority Russian-Chinese projects worth approximately 200 billion are either being implemented or prepared in sectors, including industrial production, transport, logistics, agriculture, and mining. Now, I've been saying this for years. During the Biden administration, I said the world is going to choose sides, just like after World War II between communist Russia and the democracy of America, right at the beginning of the Cold War. Well, that was during the Biden administration. Now we have the Trump administration. It's going to happen faster because as the world is trying to pick which side they want to choose, the Trump administration wants an isolationist America first, screw everybody else and put tariffs on the entire world approach, which is pushing these nations to protect themselves. And in their mind, protecting themselves is they got to move away from America and do business with each other. So this is only going to be happening much faster. But I predicted this way before Trump was president. The shift toward using national currencies in trade is not limited to Russia and China. A broader movement, you see this, is underway among countries within the BRICS. Now, what have I been saying for at least the last 4 years? That I believe the biggest threat to American dominance is BRICS. BRICS. Yeah, I did see that, Leonard, and I have that article already pulled up. It's right here. Steak and Shake goes full crypto. Give me time. I'm gonna get there. BRICS. This is the biggest threat to American way of life, or the old guard American dominance since World War II. This is going to end it. These nations have increasingly voiced support for settling trade in local currencies as a way to insulate themselves from external financial pressure and sanctions. Not that anymore. Tariffs also. This trend has gained traction in response to geopolitical developments and global monetary instability. Next up, we have U.S. Vice President Vance to speak at a Bitcoin conference amid Trump crypto controversies. The vice president disclosed holding up to $500,000 in Bitcoin in August 2024. but seems to have taken a back seat to Donald Trump in pushing crypto policies at the White House. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance will speak at the Bitcoin 2020. Do you guys see what I'm just reading here? Are you kidding me? Where are we going to be in a couple of weeks? The Bitcoin 2025 conference. And who's going to be speaking? Vice President J.D. Vance. And guess what? I'm going to be front row and center. I'm going to see if I can live stream it. I'm going to be right there. Roughly a year after the then presidential candidate Donald Trump. Hey, Marnita, if we got to look up the schedule, the events, and look up to see who's speaking on what days and what times, and we'll make that happen. I'll live stream that thing. According to a May 9th notice from the event's organizers, Vance will address conference attendees in person on May 28th. And that's right. And by the way, we're not having any official ILCA events in Vegas outside of we're having a meet and greet dinner on Tuesday night. But Tuesday and Wednesday, anybody that wants to hang out with me while I'm walking around the convention center, more than welcome to. You know, you hang out with me. I go to the booths, listen to the speakers, and all that kind of stuff. So according to a May 9th notice from the event's organizers, Vance will address conference attendees. Oh, here it is. In person on May 28th, making him the first sitting U.S. vice president to speak at a digital asset conference. Will he be speaking to the main group or private meetings? So Wednesday, day 2. Yeah, we will be there early and front and center. Trump provided a pre-recorded video of himself from the White House to the organizers of the Digital Asset Summit in March, his first appearance at a crypto event since taking office in January, and spoke in person at the Bitcoin 2024 conference last year, which I said last year Kamala should have been at. Missed opportunity. Though Vance is a Bitcoin holder, he holds 250,000. Oh, and by the way, if you're brand new, I do not read these articles beforehand. I am not a YouTube influencer. All they're doing is manipulating everybody. I'm here to learn, and I'm just turning on the microphone and the camera and taking you on the journey with me. So that's why I was shocked. I didn't know this. I read these so you guys are seeing my natural reaction as I'm reading it. Let's see here. Since taking office alongside Trump in January, Vance has largely stayed out of the media spotlight in terms of crypto-related policy. The president has signed executive orders on establishing a crypto reserve and regulating stablecoins, while Vance's involvement with overseeing the industry seemed to be limited to speaking on AI regulation. My youngest son said, I am more of a what do they call those people who are watching something live? That whether they are watching like a content reviewer, they're watching a movie live or listening to a song live, and they're giving out their. And I gotta ask, what's that called again? But anyways, he says I'm more like that. Two of the president's sons, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, who are tied to the crypto platform World Liberty Financial, were also scheduled to speak at the May event. Many lawmakers have expressed concerns that the platform, backed by the Trump family, is being used to personally enrich the president. We talked about that this past week, Crypto Talk. Let's see, I want to skim this. Vice President's appearance at the conference was announced the same week Democratic lawmakers in the House and the Senate strongly criticized Trump's connections to the crypto industry. Maxine Waters halted a joint hearing discussing a crypto market structure bill and led a group of lawmakers to explore Trump's crypto corruption. In the Senate, 9 Democrats blocked a crucial vote on a stablecoin bill, saying the legislation lacked certain safeguards, hinting at the Trump family enriching itself through the USD1 stablecoin issued by World Liberty Financial. All right. Next up. Crypto trail ends in murder convictions. Murder convictions. Coinbase traced the killers. A brutal crime spree in New York City nightlife was brought to justice as blockchain sleuthing by Coinbase exposed killers, recovered funds, and redefined crypto's role in law enforcement. Really? Coinbase says it was one of the most difficult cases we've supported. Really? Paul Grewal, chief legal officer at crypto exchange Coinbase, revealed on May 6th that the company's blockchain forensics team played a critical role in a criminal investigation that led to multiple convictions in New York City. Speaking as part of Coinbase's ongoing Consumer Protection Tuesday initiative, Grewal outlined how Coinbase collaborated with the New York Police Department's Crimes Against Persons Division to help unravel a series of violent robberies, overdoses, and thefts tied to the city's nightlife. The case centered on a pattern of attacks where suspects targeted individuals, often from the LGBTQ plus community, outside bars and clubs in Manhattan's 7th and 9th precincts. Victims were drugged, their phones stolen, and financial and crypto accounts emptied using Face ID or forced PIN entries. Wait a minute. They were targeted, the LGBT community, outside of bars, drugged them, took their phone to get in and use Face ID to get into the phone to steal their crypto on their phone. In some instances, victims were found dead from fentanyl-laced substances. In total, over $250,000 was stolen across multiple platforms. Why is it I'm just now hearing about this? Have any of you guys heard about this? I have not heard about this. The criminal group quickly transferred funds through banking apps, peer-to-peer. These were amateurs. So I got a couple of questions. How did they know these people had crypto? One, to know how to target them. And two, why were they stupid enough to do it all through centralized exchanges? You don't think you're gonna, that's everything on the blockchain is tracked. Tragically, several victims never recovered. Coinbase's rapid response and blockchain analysis proved instrumental in tracking the movement of stolen funds. Yeah, so the people were probably bragging about how much crypto they got, so they got targeted. Our blockchain analysis tied multiple wallets to the same crew, helped recover evidence across fiat and crypto rails, and supported convictions on 24 counts, including second-degree murder. The case shows crypto isn't the risk. It's the trail of proof that put violent criminals behind bars. The data supported the prosecution of Jaquan Hamilton, Robert DeMaio, and Jacob Barroso, who were found guilty on 24 charges, including murder, robbery, and conspiracy. 2 also faced burglary convictions. Reflecting on the broader significance of the investigation, Grewal noted it was one of the most difficult cases we've supported, but it's also one that underscores the power of blockchain to uncover truth, even when suspects go to great lengths to hide their tracks. They went to Coinbase. That ain't going through great lengths to hide your tracks. He also addressed the often negative perception of crypto in law enforcement contexts. This case was a reminder that crypto doesn't exist in a vacuum. It intersects with the real world, in this case, a deeply tragic one. Our job at Coinbase is to ensure it's part of the solution. I am surprised this wasn't bigger story. We never heard of this. And we looking at stuff every day. All right. Steak and Shake goes full crypto. What did I say about blockchain technology? You're going to be going into stores and they're going to have crypto accept crypto as payment. 100 mil can pay with Bitcoin next week. Is there Steak and Shakes in California? I'm trying to think, where have I seen a Steak and Shake? Steak and Shake is unleashing Bitcoin payments across all locations, unlocking crypto access for over 100 million customers. If you guys have a Steak and Shake in your city, type the name of your city. Marnita, you see them in North Carolina, Charlotte? Yeah, not LA County. Tampa, Florida, Chicago. Vegas has a Steak and Shake. Arizona, Indiana, Columbus, Georgia. I have never been in a Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake massive Bitcoin integration starts next week. Steak and Shake announced on May 8th. It will begin accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment at all of its restaurants in the United States starting May 16th. The decision signals the company's entrance into the digital payments landscape, with the chain preparing to modernize its point-of-sale systems to accommodate decentralized currency. Steak and Shake accepting Bitcoin payments at all locations starting May 16th, making the crypto available to our more than 100 million customers. The movement is just beginning. See, this is how you start to get massive adoption. My father, when he was completely against this whole Bitcoin crypto stuff and didn't know what the hell I was doing, the moment he went into Vaughn's, was it Vaughn's or Stater Brothers? I think it was Vaughn's, and he saw a Bitcoin ATM machine. He called me up. Yeah. I'm starting to see this Bitcoin stuff. I said, I told you. I told you. Oh, Victorville has them. As of March 26th, there are 393 Steak and Shake restaurants operating across the country, according to the data. These locations span 23 states and territories and are situated in 295 cities. Florida leads in the store count, hosting 79 restaurants, approximately 20% of all U.S. locations. A distribution map shows that the highest concentrations are in the Midwest and Southeast, while other regions, including the West, feature fewer locations. Oh, okay, let's look at this. Yeah, there's two. California has two of them, huh? These two out here. It's out by Leonard. There's one in Nevada. Okay. I don't see nothing in Arizona. Texas got a few. Look at these. Ooh, look up this. North Midwest. None in Pennsylvania? Okay. Ohio's got a lot. Florida, dang. Georgia's got a lot. All right. Now, if you're a business owner and you're in competition with Steak and Shake, and you see that Steak and Shake is now using crypto, don't you think that they're going to also use crypto? Oh, I see. 5 or less. That's what one dot means. 5 or less. And greater than 5. So this is going to be a domino effect. You're going to start to see other businesses doing the same doggone thing. Oh, really? They say this. The company responded to a question on X about Bitcoin adoption. Hold your Bitcoin, eat the fries. 3 days later, it asked followers, should Steak and Shake accept Bitcoin? These remarks stirred anticipation within the crypto community, eventually culminating in this week's formal announcement. This step toward Bitcoin integration comes as digital assets continue to gain institutional and political traction. President Donald Trump has emphasized pro-Bitcoin policies, while the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission appears more open to crypto innovation. Arizona and New Hampshire have enacted legislation recognizing Bitcoin as a reserve asset. Okay, here's a pop quiz. Which state is the first state to adopt crypto as a reserve currency? Type it in the chat box. Dang, before I could even finish the sentence, y'all were on it. Catherine was first. New Hampshire. That's right. Nobody saw that one coming. All right. This is why it pays to be in the inner circle, everybody. U.S. senators asked DOJ and Treasury to consider Binance Trump ties. After quashing a vote over a stablecoin bill in the Senate, a group of Democratic lawmakers reportedly asked Trump allies to consider his ties to the crypto industry. This is what I did not want to see. The politicization of crypto. This needs to remain bipartisan. But the Democrats are going to attack crypto just because Trump's involved in it. A group of Democratic senators has reportedly sent a letter to leadership at the U.S. Department of Justice and the Treasury Department expressing concerns about U.S. President Donald Trump's ties to crypto exchange Binance. and potential conflicts of interest in regulating the industry. Now, does that mean that they're wrong in bringing these questions up? No, it is valid. It's just that it's been politicized, unfortunately. Democratic senators asked Attorney General Pam Bondi and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent to report on the steps Binance had taken as part of its November 2023 plea agreement with the U.S. That's not going to happen. Pam Bondi still ain't released the Epstein files. You think she's going to release anything that may seem negative on Trump? That settlement saw Binance pay more than $4 billion as part of a deal. Now, that's not on Trump. That was on the Biden administration. So they can't tie CZ to Trump on some arrangement. All of that happened under Biden. The settlement saw Binance pay more than $4 billion. Yeah. Asked CZ to step down. But has he? We're seeing CZ running around the country the world right now, being an ambassador for Binance. However, since Trump won the presidency in 2024, many lawmakers have accused the president of corruption, from profiting off crypto while being in a position to influence laws and regulation over the industry. Trump has launched his own meme coin, which earns the project millions of dollars in transaction fees and offered the top token holders the opportunity to attend an exclusive dinner in Washington, D.C. Again, if I was advising Trump, I wouldn't have launched a token. I would have launched an exchange. There's a difference. And within the exchange, you could have launched your own utility token, like Binance has BNB, Ethereum, ETH. I would have launched my own exchange, have a utility token attached to it, and come out with my own stable token on the exchange. Not your own meme coin and investment company. You're thinking too small. And I think that's because the whole the Trump side doesn't fully understand how big crypto really is going to be. And they're looking short term. No, let me shut up. I don't want them taking my ideas and then running with them. His family-backed crypto venture World Liberty Financial also recently announced that the Abu Dhabi-based investment firm MGX would settle a $2 billion investment in Binance using the platform's USD1 stablecoin. I mean, think about it. Oh, they're upset because Trump made a couple $100 million. Really? How fast did it take for Sam Bankman-Fried to become a billionaire when he launched FTX? That's a pop quiz. Anybody know the answer to that? I do. How long did it take SBF to become a billionaire after launching FTX? Somebody type it in the chat box. Tell me what you guys think. We got Marnita says 4 years. Joyce says 2. Anybody else? Jacqueline 2. Kenny says 6 months. Well, his exchange might have made $1 billion, but he didn't make $1 billion in 6 months. Melanie says 4. It was actually 2 years. 2 years. He became a billionaire. Joyce got that, and Jacqueline got that. Right, and most other people didn't realize it until 4 years later. Our concerns. Now think about it. So that's what I said. If I was the Trump family, if he came out with his own exchange, U.S. based, he probably would have happened in less than a year. And if I was him, I would have partnered with not Coinbase, but BlackRock. And let's create our own exchange. Or no. I would have partnered with Jamie Dimon and Chase Bank. Let's create our own exchange so that we can compete against Coinbase and BlackRock. That's what I would have done. Anyways, stablecoin bill fails to pass the Senate. Yeah, we know that. All right, last one up here. Robert Kiyosaki says, ditch fake money for Bitcoin, gold, and silver. Robert Kiyosaki calls on Americans to reject fiat currency and embrace Bitcoin, gold, and silver, warning that central banks are eroding wealth. Robert Kiyosaki, businessman and best-selling author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, is once again sounding the alarm on the dangers of centralized monetary policy, urging his followers to abandon what he calls fake money and adopt alternatives like Bitcoin, gold, and silver. In a May 10th post on X, Kiyosaki backed a hardline stance against central banking systems, particularly the Federal Reserve, while quoting former U.S. Congressman Ron Paul. Ron Paul, a longtime critic of the Fed and author in the Fed described interest rate setting by central banks as price fixing, equating it to socialist and Marxist economic control. Paul warned that such mechanisms erode personal wealth and undermine economic freedom, a sentiment that aligns closely with Kiyosaki's long-held concerns. And that was the entire point of the Tea Party movement. That's why Rand Paul right now is actually speaking out against Trump. Fake money leads to dishonest money, dishonest statistics, dishonest accounting, dishonest balance sheets, dishonest compensation, dishonest relations, dishonest leaders, and corruption in everyday life. Ooh, Jason Roberts asks a great question. Is Bitcoin backed by anything? Yes. Unlike this. You see this money? My brother thought that this was backed by gold, but it lost the gold standard in 1971. The federal government can print more of this whenever it wants to. Bitcoin, there's only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be in existence. You can't print more Bitcoin. So what is Bitcoin backed by? Something called proof of work. Meaning Bitcoin is not made up out of thin air. There are individuals who are spending time and money to build the Bitcoin blockchain. And every time a block is built, and what is a block? And this is day one of our 5-day challenge. This is why we cover what is the blockchain. It is a ledger. It is a record of all transactions over the last 10 minutes for Bitcoin. Now, how do you incentivize people to spend their time, their money, because they have to purchase mining machines? They have to put the program in there. They have to pay the electricity fee to build the blockchain since there's no company. How do you incentivize them to do that? You got to give them a reward. And the reward is Bitcoin. 3.125 Bitcoin is released. Oh, we have a critic. Well, unfortunately, Jason, I'm out of time to debate you on this, but it's not a debate. It is backed by proof of work. If work is being done, then somebody needs to be compensated for that work. So if people are building the blockchain, the compensation for it is Bitcoin. What gives Bitcoin value? The same thing that gives gold value. Scarcity. What is gold backed by? Anybody give me an answer to that one? What is gold backed by? Not a government. It's backed by scarcity. That you actually have to dig in the ground and proof of work to dig that gold up. And there's not a lot of it. So what is Bitcoin? Scarcity and utility. I just did the article where businesses are now doing transactions in Bitcoin. Utility. It has work. It is a livable ledger, not controlled by a bank or a government, and it's open source to everybody. Hey, Robert, go on to our next 5-day challenge. And we'll teach you. Fake money leads to dishonest money, dishonest statistics, dishonest accounting, dishonest balance sheets, dishonest compensation, dishonest relations, dishonest leaders, and corruption in everyday life. So what would you put your trust in more? And now I'm going to ask you guys this question. This money, this is what you make working on your job, backed by the government every day, or Bitcoin? What would you rather have? A savings account in a bank with your US dollars or a Bitcoin wallet that you control with Bitcoin in it? Let's just look at statistics. What is the best performing asset of the past decade, period? I'll tell you what number 2 is. Berkshire Hathaway. The Oracle of Omaha. And that's a distant 2. You know what number 1 is? Bitcoin. Bitcoin has gone up in value by thousands of percent. So at this day and age, it's refreshing to find somebody who still doesn't understand it and believes that it's volatile and not backed by anything. And that is why I have ILCA. My job is not to convince. My job is to educate. I am not in the convincing business. I educate. Like my brother said, cash is king, is backed by gold, really. You were born in 1978, even though he has a doctor's degree. We got off the gold standard in 1971. It's just education. And once you're educated on this, oh, you're going to have that aha moment like I did. But it's okay to be a critic. Kiyosaki remains a major fiat critic. Kiyosaki's disdain for fiat currency is not new. He has repeatedly criticized the US dollar, labeling it a dying currency inflated by government spending and central bank manipulation. His financial philosophy, rooted in Austrian economics and personal sovereignty, champions assets that cannot be debased. So when Robert said, Jason said, utility and whichever one's less volatile, that's a valid statement. But which is less volatile? The US dollar has lost more than 90% of its value. Do you realize that 40% of the dollar that is in circulation today was printed during COVID? And if you print more of this, it depreciates the value of your currency. So is Bitcoin really more volatile when it keeps going up? Kiyosaki has long argued that bearer assets like gold, silver, and more recently Bitcoin are critical hedges against inflation and key to long-term generational wealth accumulation through economic cycles. Don't work or save fake money, he advised. Get on your own decentralized gold, silver, and Bitcoin standard. Robert Kiyosaki forecasted that Bitcoin could hit $1 million by 2035 as the US dollar continues to lose value to inflationary monetary policies. I strongly believe by 2035 that one Bitcoin will be over $1 million. So he's talking about 10 years from now. One Bitcoin will be worth 1 million. I just posted on Facebook one of my histories that when Bitcoin was at $6,000 a coin, and now it's $103,000. $1 million a coin in 10 years. Gold will be 30,000 and silver will be $3,000 a coin. What will be the value of the US dollar? If I take this $20 and go to the grocery store today, will I still be able to get the same amount at the grocery store 10 years from now with this same 20? What about 10 years ago? How much more did I get from the grocery store for the same $20? Yet one Bitcoin 6 years ago was $6,000 and today it's $103,000. And you still want to say, oh, well, it's not backed by anything. It's volatile. In February 2025, ARK Investment CEO Kathy Wood said that Bitcoin could hit 1.5 million by 2030 if demand for the digital asset continues to grow. Yeah, here's the link for this one, Rita. Copy. And more recently on December 10th, Eric Trump delivered the keynote speech at the Bitcoin MENA event in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, and predicted that Bitcoin would hit $1 million due to what? What, Mr. Roberts? It's scarcity. And I don't even like Eric Trump, but he's right. All right, that is it for our ILCA presentation and crypto talk for today. I hope you guys learned something new. As always, that's the point. And you guys got a sneak peek on what we do in our community. We're here to educate, not convince. And so we invite you to join our community. Get back to the person who invited you. We will have our next Inner Circle Crypto Talk on Monday. And it was still same time, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday morning. With that, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And for everybody who is a mommy, enjoy your Mother's Day. As my wife said, not day, it's Mother's weekend, right? Mother's Day weekend. Enjoy that. And I'll see the rest of you guys on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.